good day, my dear students. You are welcome to today's introductory video for ISL 271. You will remember in our previous lessons, we have discussed about the ascension of Abu Bakr after the demise of Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu the ascension of Abu Bakr to the position of Khilafah, and after him came Umar ibn Khattab, and after Umar came Usman ibn Affan, and finally came Ali ibn Abi Talib. So these are the four rightly guided caliphs. And today we want to look at the cause for the fall of the caliphate. What brought the caliphate to an end? Then we want to look at what follows the fall of caliphate, which is the assumption of office of Muawiyah ibn Abi Sufyan. And we will consider some of the changes Muawiyah introduced into administration, and all his efficiencies and characters and the legacies left behind as the Khalifa. So, if you are ready, you follow me. I'm your regular host, Professor Mustafa Abdurrahim. You are welcome.
Yes, my email is still there. It remains amustafa@noun.edu.ng from the Faculty of Arts, National Open University of Nigeria. Intended learning outcome, that is what we expect students to have, to be able to do after today's lesson. Students should be able to discuss the fall of the caliphate. What are the factors responsible for the fall of the caliphate? Then we'll look at the coming up of Muawiyah to the caliphate, to assume the position of Khalifa. Then again, at the end of today's lecture, you should be able to discuss the changes, some of the changes introduced by Muawiyah into caliphate. And again, you should be able to explain some of the administrative efficiencies and the characters and legacies left behind by Muawiyah ibn Abi Sufyan as the Khalifa. Then to our class activity for today, let us start by looking at the factors that contributed to the collapse of the Caliphate. What are the factors that contributed to the fall of the Caliphate? You know, we have the Khalifa Abu Bakr, Khalifa Umar, Khalifa Usman, and Khalifa Ali ibn Abi Talib. So, with the death of Ali, so that one brought down what is known as Caliphate in Islam. So, what are the factors that contributed to the fall of Caliphate? Number one, assassination of Usman. You know, everything was rosy until Usman ibn Affan was assassinated. So when he was assassinated, Ali became the Khalifa. And we have some people that now agitated that Ali should take action immediately to arrest those who assassinated Usman and discipline them. But Usman did not react to that immediately. So he wanted his government to be stabilized before he started doing anything. And that one brought about misunderstanding and chaos among the Muslims. So, and that one eventually led to the killing of Ali himself. So, but before then, there was the battle between the group of Ali and the group of Muawiyah ibn Abi Sufyan. So, Muawiyah was was a governor in Syria. When Ali became the governor, the Khalifa, he deposed some governors from their offices, from their positions, and he dissolved their government. But Muawiyah, who was the governor of Syria, was not happy, and he did not comply with the order that asked him to resign. So he refused. So he now formed an alliance with some other people to fight Ali ibn Abi Talib, to fight the Khalifa. So that one led to a war, called the War of Siffin, between the group of Ali and the group of Muawiyah. that one happened in the month of Safar, 37 after Hijrah. So that is another factor. Then we also have a tahkim, that is the ideal of arbitration between the two warring groups, that is between the group of Ali and the group of Muawiyah. So they agree to settle the rift between the two groups by listening to the arbitration between two people. So this is what we call a tahkim. So assassination of Ali on the 7th of Ramadan, 40 AH. So we have 3 men among the Khawarij that plotted to murder Khalifa Ali ibn Abi Talib and Muawiyah ibn Abi Sufyan and Amr ibn al-As. So they thought that there were 3 contenders to the position of Khalifa. So they agreed that they will murder all of them and appoint a neutral person. So, and that one also led to the fall of Caliphate. So we also look at abdication of Hassan ibn Ali, that is the surrender of Ali ibn Hassan ibn Ali. Hassan ibn the son of Ali, was penciled down to take the position of his father, but he was a young person, and he thought he could not contest with Muawiyah, who was older than him and was more experienced than himself. So he decided to abdicate, that is to surrender his position for Muawiyah to become the Khalifa. So those people who supported Hassan were not happy that he stepped down for Muawiyah. So, and that one happened in 41 AH, in year 41 AH. And all these ones contributed to the fall of the Khilafah. So now let us look at the factors that were responsible for the ascension of Muawiyah to the position of Khalifa. So the assassination of Usman ibn Affan, as we have mentioned, and the failure of Ali, who succeeded Usman, to punish those who killed Usman. So that one now assisted Muawiyah, because so many people supported Muawiyah, who was agitating that that Ali should look for the killers of Usman. So the people that supported, especially those people from Syria, so they supported Muawiyah, and he got a brighter chance to become the Khalifa. Then again, this led to his discrediting Ali, as I've explained, because Ali did not take necessary action on time to find out who killed Usman. So that one now made Muawiyah to fight Ali, and he got some support. Then also his instigation of the Syrian Arabs against Ali. So we have mentioned all those things. So the strategies he adopted in the Siffin War, whereby copies of during the War of Siffin, the group of Muawiyah, they now tied copies of Quran, the pages of Quran, into their sword to show that they wanted peace. So seeing that the group of Ali now bowed down, they didn't further their onslaught against Muawiyah. So another factor was the deception displayed by Amr ibn al-As, one of the arbitrators in the dispute between Ali. So the two groups now agreed that they will appoint one representative from each group to decide on the dispute. So for the group of Ali, he appointed Abu Musa al-Ash'ari. He appointed Abu Musa al-Ash'ari, while for the group of Ali, for the group of Muawiyah, they appointed Amr ibn al-As. So when they met now, they decided to depose the two, that they would declare the position of the Khalifa to be vacant. So that was their agreement. So Abu Musa now, when he got to the public, he was the first to declare that his candidate, who was Ali ibn Abi Talib, will be removed, or has agreed to step down. Having said that, then Amr ibn al-As now rose up and declared that because the representative of Ali has declared his principal to be stepping down. Therefore, he is confirming that his own candidate, who was Muawiyah ibn Abi Sufyan, should remain the Khalifa, and that was how Muawiyah was favored to become the Khalifa. So, and so many people were not happy. The Khilafah of Muawiyah saw the revival of old tribal feuds. So there were crises, the old crisis that had been between the groups in Yemen, in between Yemen and Hijaz. So it revived it. Another momentous change in the Khilafah of Muawiyah was the transformation of the Republic of Islam into monarchy. From there, they started having kings instead of Khalifa. So we have king, that is mulk. Mulk means the king. They exchange the Khilafah with mulk, which is a monarchical government. Then Muawiyah was the first monarch in history of Islam. He was the first Oba. He was the first king in the history of Islamic government. Then he converted the Bait al-Mal, which is public treasury, into personal property. He utilized it as he willed, and Muawiyah threw into the dustbin the simplicity which characterized the pious caliphs by surrounding himself with splendid bodyguards. So he started to live very bogus life and other things like that. So Muawiyah, in his administrative, introduced so many things, new things. So he created the Department of Khata, that is public treasury, registry, the registry department, and postal services, which is known as Diwan al-Barid. So he also created two secretariats, one at the central and the other one provincial secretariat. So he also created the position of the postmaster. So, and the postmaster was in charge of any information for the government. So Muawiyah, in order to check the power of the governors, put the governors in charge of political administration and appointed special officers for the collection of revenue. So he didn't allow the governors to have access to money. So he appointed separate officers who took over and oversaw the collection of revenue. Muawiyah was also the first Arab ruler to build the Arab Navy. So, in summary, we have seen, or we have discussed, the fall of the Caliphate, what led to the fall of Caliphate. We also look at factors responsible for Muawiyah's assumption to the Caliphate. We also consider some changes introduced by Muawiyah during his Khilafah. And finally, we look at some of his performances and the characters and the legacies he left behind. So, for today, this will be where we will stop. Thank you for listening.